The most powerful being in heaven was buried alive under a mountain for 500 years. Not because he lost a battle, but because he won too many. This is the story of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and the lesson that changed him from an immortal troublemaker into a figure of wisdom. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why sometimes the worst thing that can happen to you is exactly what you need. Picture this. A monkey born from a stone egg on a mountain peak discovers he's unlike anything that's ever lived. He teaches himself magic, masters the 72 transformations, rides clouds across the sky. He storms the Dragon King's palace and steals a golden staff that weighs 17,000 pounds, then shrinks it behind his ear like a toothpick. The heavens notice him. First, they try to control him with a fancy title and a stable job, Keeper of the Heavenly Horses. Sun Wukong shows up, realizes it's basically celestial janitorial work, and quits on the spot. So they offer him a better title, Great Sage Equal to Heaven. But titles mean nothing if you're denied the real seats of power. When the Jade Emperor throws the Peach Banquet, where immortals feast on peaches that grant eternal life, Sun Wukong isn't invited. He crashes it anyway, eats every peach, drinks the imperial wine, then, just for good measure, breaks into Laozi's alchemy lab and swallows every pill of immortality he can find. Now he's 7 times immortal and completely untouchable. The heavens send 100,000 celestial soldiers. He defeats them all. They send the greatest warriors, the fiercest gods. He beats them with one hand, laughing. You might think this is a story about winning. It's not. Because Sun Wukong, drunk on his own power, makes one final boast. He bets Buddha himself that he can escape from Buddha's palm. Buddha smiles, a small, knowing smile, and says, "If you can jump out of my right hand, I'll give you the Jade Emperor's throne." Sun Wukong leaps. He somersaults through the cosmos, cloud after cloud, faster than light until he reaches what he thinks is the edge of the universe. 5 towering pillars stretch into infinity. He tags one with graffiti, "The Great Sage Equal to Heaven was here," then urinates at the base, the ultimate mark of disrespect, and somersaults all the way back. He lands in Buddha's palm, grinning. "I've been to the edge of existence," he says. "Now give me the throne." Buddha opens his hand slowly. On his middle finger, still wet, is the graffiti. Those 5 pillars? Buddha's 5 fingers. Sun Wukong had never left his palm. Buddha speaks, and his voice is not angry, it's soft, almost sad. "You have great power, but no wisdom. You can transform into anything except someone who listens." Then Buddha flips his hand. The palm becomes a mountain, the 5 Elements Mountain, and it crashes down, pinning Sun Wukong beneath 5 peaks of gold, wood, water, fire, and earth. A seal is placed on top. He can breathe, he can think, but he cannot move. 500 years pass. Dynasties rise and fall. Empires crumble. Seasons turn 10,000 times. Rain soaks him, snow buries him, the sun bakes him. And Sun Wukong, the one who could defeat armies, the one who ate the peaches of immortality, the one who mocked the gods, can do nothing but wait. Imagine that. Imagine your body frozen but your mind alive every single day for 5 centuries. What do you think he learned in that silence? Strength without restraint becomes your prison. Sun Wukong's problem wasn't that he was weak, it's that he never learned when to stop. Every boundary was a challenge, every rule an insult. He treated his power like a weapon that had to be swung at everything in reach. And that's the trap. You see this everywhere. The entrepreneur who can't stop working until they burn out. The person who wins every argument until they have no friends left. The athlete who pushes through every injury until their body breaks permanently. Real strength isn't about how much you can do, it's about knowing when not to do it. The mountain didn't teach Sun Wukong to be weak, it taught him that power without purpose is just noise, that being unstoppable means nothing if you don't know where you're going. Here's the modern version. Maybe you're incredibly talented at your job, but you steamroll every meeting. Maybe you're right about everything, but people avoid you because you make them feel small. Maybe you can outwork everyone, but you're running in circles. The strongest move is sometimes the one you don't make. Try this. Identify one area today where you're pushing too hard, a conversation, a project, a relationship, and consciously pull back 20%. Watch what happens. Humility isn't weakness, it's the only way to grow. For 500 years, Sun Wukong couldn't fight, couldn't win, couldn't prove anything. All he could do was feel the weight of the mountain and admit, finally, that he'd been wrong. That admission is everything. Most people never get there. We'd rather defend a bad decision for 10 years than admit we made a mistake and course correct in 10 minutes. We'd rather blame the universe, the system, other people, anyone but ourselves. But here's the truth. The moment Sun Wukong stopped saying I'm the strongest and started asking what do I still need to learn, that's when the mountain began to lose its power over him. When the monk Tripitaka finally arrives and offers to free him, Sun Wukong doesn't demand it, doesn't threaten. He bows, he asks, he accepts guidance from someone weaker, slower, more fragile than himself, because he finally understands that strength and wisdom are not the same thing. You know that feeling when you're convinced you're right and then life humbles you so hard you can't ignore it anymore? That's your mountain moment. The people who grow are the ones who say, okay, I was wrong, what now? The people who stay stuck are the ones who keep insisting the mountain is unfair. Try this. Think of one recent situation where you were defensive or insisted you were right, and text or tell one person, I've been thinking about it, you had a point and I didn't see it at the time. Freedom isn't the absence of limits, it's knowing which ones matter. After Sun Wukong is freed, Tripitaka gives him a golden headband. It looks like a gift. It's actually a control mechanism. If Sun Wukong disobeys or harms the innocent, the monk chants a sutra and the band tightens, causing blinding pain. At first, he hates it. But here's the twist. That band is what allows him to become a hero. Before, his freedom was chaos. He could go anywhere, do anything, and he ended up trapped under a mountain. Now, with limits, he has direction, purpose, a mission to protect his master and journey to the west. The band doesn't make him weaker, it makes him effective. We romanticize total freedom. No boss, no schedule, no one telling us what to do. But unlimited freedom usually just means unlimited distraction. Doom scrolling at 2 a.m., starting 12 projects and finishing none. Saying yes to everything until your life has no shape. The most free people you know, they have strict boundaries. The writer who writes every morning from 6 to 8, the parent who never checks work email after dinner, the artist who says no to every opportunity that isn't aligned with their vision. Constraints aren't the opposite of freedom, they're the framework that makes freedom meaningful. Sun Wukong became the great sage not when he could do anything, but when he chose to do one thing and do it with everything he had. Try this. Pick one boundary you'll honor for the next 7 days, a hard stop time for work, a daily 15-minute walk, no phone in the bedroom, and protect it like Sun Wukong protected his master. So here's what the Monkey King learned in 500 years under a mountain. Strength without restraint traps you, humility opens the door, and freedom only works when you choose your limits wisely. You don't need 5 centuries to figure this out. You just need one honest look at where your power is running wild, where your pride is blocking growth, and where a single boundary could change everything. Here's your challenge. Pick one lesson, just one, and act on it in the next 24 hours. Pull back where you're pushing too hard, admit where you were wrong, set one boundary and keep it. That's how mountains move.